Hi, this is Christian, and welcome to NFL Updates Express, your weekly dose of NFL news, coming your way, Super Bowl recap. From start to finish, it was all Seattle. The Seattle Seahawks dominated the Broncos 43-8 in Super Bowl 48. The Seattle Seahawks knew what they were doing, but the Broncos looked lost. From the opening snap safety all the way to the 2 interceptions thrown by Peyton Manning. Malcolm Smith became the MVP because he picked off Peyton Manning for a pick six and also recovered a fumble from Demaryius Thomas. It was an amazing day for the Seattle Seahawks, and even though Richard Sherman got injured, the Seattle Seahawks still played strong all the way from start to finish. The Denver Broncos missed a chance on giving Peyton Manning his second ring, but Peyton Manning should play another year and get that shot one more time. The Seattle Seahawks offense played amazing, from Marshawn Lynch to Russell Wilson to the Seahawks wide receivers. It was a total team effort as the Seattle Seahawks got their first Lombardi trophy in franchise history. Congratulations, Seattle. You are Super Bowl champions. A rare occurrence in the NFL. The Super Bowl MVP does not belong to a quarterback or receiver, it's a linebacker. And this time it was linebacker Malcolm Smith of the Seattle Seahawks. His interception pick six on Peyton Manning led the Seahawks to a 22-0 lead and ultimately gave the Seahawks a victory in the Super Bowl. Well deserved for Malcolm Smith. Let's look at our original predictions at the beginning of the year. Dylan's predictions contained the Denver Broncos and the Seattle Seahawks, with the Seahawks coming out on top. He had a perfect record there as the Seattle Seahawks ended up winning the Lombardi Trophy. My predictions contained the Denver Broncos and the Atlanta Falcons. Now, we all know the Broncos made it to the Super Bowl, but the Atlanta Falcons had a disappointing season, and many thought they could reach the Super Bowl, but instead they finished with a 4-12 record and saw the NFC South crown go to the Carolina Panthers instead. Well, Super Bowl 48 is over, but now Super Bowl 49 is ahead of us. Now, it may be a little too early to predict, but here's some frontrunners I see that could get to the Super Bowl next year. I see the New England Patriots, the Denver Broncos, and the Indianapolis Colts all emerging as the favorites in the AFC, but teams like San Diego, the Kansas City Chiefs, and the Baltimore Ravens, along with the Bengals, could be those wild card teams that could sneak in. On the NFC side of things, the front runners would have to be the Seattle Seahawks, of course, the San Francisco 49ers, the Carolina Panthers, and the New Orleans Saints. Those are clearly the 4 best teams in the NFC, and one of those 4 teams should make it to the Super Bowl next year. But a team like Arizona, Chicago, Green Bay, or even the Philadelphia Eagles could sneak in the playoffs and make a run. You just don't know this early in the year. Surprise, surprise. Which teams will take the next step and make it to the playoffs and even further? Well, for the NFC, I'm saying the Arizona Cardinals. I mean, they were so close, just a game off, even at 10-6. And I think the Arizona Cardinals can beat out a team like San Francisco or New Orleans to get into the playoffs. They have a great defensive core already established, like Darrell Washington and Patrick Peterson, along with many other great defensive players. And maybe if they could get a new quarterback, even though that will be hard to do, then maybe the Cardinals could push not only for the playoffs, but the Super Bowl. For the AFC side of things, I would say the Indianapolis Colts. Yeah, I know they've already made the playoffs the past 2 years, but I think this Colts team, with a few defensive additions, and as long as Andrew Luck gets better and stop turning the football over as much as he has in the past, I think this Colts team will be Super Bowl bound pretty soon.